Notice from the Foundation. The following document is archived and describes a now neutralized item. Item number SCP-8171. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. After the anomaly was found in the suburbs of Mosul, Iraq, it was urgently rescued and taken to Site 17. The subject is contained within a cylindrical container, 55 centimeters in diameter and 1.3 meters tall, made entirely of transparent plexiglass, located in room J235, east wing of the site. Given the poor properties of SCP-8171's lungs, this, due to the crushing of the lungs and the accumulated stress on the tissues caused by the abnormally enlarged uterus condition, the theca was filled with chlorofluorocarbons, PFCs, i.e., liquids with a high gas solubility, to allow the anomaly to breathe by liquid ventilation. Description: SCP-8171 is a pregnant female European wild rabbit, Eryctolagus caniculus. The thoracic condition of the anomaly is particularly visible, as it has a disproportionate diameter of the belly, which is 210% larger than average. This leads to severe respiratory difficulties and inability to walk. Initially, the doctors at the containment facility discussed the idea that this fetal gigantism was due to a case of excessive amniotic fluid, polydramnios, but ultrasonographic measurement disproved this proposal. As soon as the anomaly arrived at the facility, a tactile examination was carried out to understand the fetal situation. Usually, this biomedical practice is performed as a first assessment without using ultrasound. The vets concluded the examination, trying to figure out the position of the fetus's head, but to their surprise, this was impossible, as the apparent product of conception appeared to be elliptical in shape and extremely hard. Addendum. History. SCP-8171 was found on 2 April 2025 by field researchers sent to study the folklore of a small Assyrian community. The Foundation's anthropologists had previously settled in the far southeast of Turkey before crossing the border into Iraq at the end of March. The director of the expedition, Dr. J. Thevenet, had already noted on her laptop a custom told orally that was very old to the Assyrian community of that area, as they told her of the, quote, egg exchange, a practice where locals used Easter time to give each other red-colored chicken eggs. This practice is intrinsically linked to Christianity and the figure of Jesus. In fact, the red coloring was, quote, in memory of the blood of Christ shed at his crucifixion, end quote. During the investigation following Incident 8171, Dr. H. Gustavo showed a recording made in a rural village straddling Krob Dem and Horisk. Within the file, redacted here for brevity, see additional archives to view the recording, was a woman interviewee who recounted the serious problem on farms due to the spread of avian influenza, or fowl pest, that had come to affect farmed avian animals, mainly chickens, which contracted the disease by coming into contact with wild birds on the banks of the Tigris. After a long pause, the interviewee explained how her community had tried to find a solution to the lack of eggs for the Easter egg exchange. In the last 10 seconds of the video, you can see how the interviewee makes a gesture with her hands, bringing them to her chest, similar to a sign of the cross, and drawing a figure with 7 appendages and a central teardrop body. Addendum. Incident 8171. The following is an excerpt recorded on 20 April 2025 on a security camera in the containment cell, taken from minute 329 of the previous recording, which was not interrupted. Begin log. There is a shot of the containment enclosure. The camera also shows the control section of the machine that counts the fluid status, which has values in the normal range. SCP-8171 begins to fidget, moving its front legs and straining its hind limbs, which are atrophied. The udders are evidently reddened. The veins in the belly have increased in number compared to the day before. There are movements inside the belly. The anomaly opens its mouth with each vibration, showing visible pain. The subject's body slowly moves inside the containment cylinder, acquiring a fetal position, and the camera frames the rear of the rabbit, making the legs and genital apparatus visible. After a few minutes, blood comes out of the anomaly's vagina. The subject continues to wriggle, searching with its paws for support. With its right limb, it begins to scratch at an impulse control tube of the nervous system. The eyes are wide open, and the abnormality begins to spasm. The veins in the belly begin to throb and swell, leaving scars on the skin flaps from tearing from too much muscle strain. A few seconds after midnight, the genitals of the anomaly spontaneously enlarge due to the exertion emitted, and a figure can be seen coming out. The anomaly, SCP-8171, gives birth to an egg. SCP-8171 gives birth to a second egg. A section is omitted for brevity. SCP-8171 gives birth to a 13th egg, after which it closes its eyes. Blood fills the cylinder. The flaps of flesh that make up the shell of the eggs moves rhythmically. SCP-8171 Delta, breathe. SCP-8171 Delta are 30 elliptical-shaped anomalies measuring approximately 7 by 5 centimeters and weighing approximately 120 grams. The shell has a smooth surface composed of a mass of inflamed tissue of fetal origin. In fact, analysis of SCP-8171 Delta showed it to be composed more of placental tissue traceable to SCP-8171. There was also a small amount of wild rabbit eyes, ears, teeth, hair, and other organs found. The original anomaly must be considered neutralized.